Now, what is in a blog? Okay, this is my, and you can add any time because you just came back from class, but this is what I try to do, and I'm going to tell you up front, when I do my blogs, I sit down and I just write first, okay? That's all I do. I sit down and I write because that's what I like to do. I don't want to look at all this information and make sure I did it all. I write, and then I come back and I see, did I follow all this, and what do I need to do to get it done effectively? So, the first thing is, you want a minimum of 300 words, and you came back from a meeting and they said that's important, right?
Right, so that's what Google pays attention to. If it's any less than that, they don't pay attention.
Oh.
So it has to be 300 words to get picked up. No more than, around 300 to 500 words. I talked about, the 2 to 3 key points that you want to expand on. Write about what you know. Then, super important, catchy title, headers, subtitles, super important. And using keywords that Google's going to pick up, okay? And you can go to Google AdWords and you can figure out what those are, and you really don't want to use the high words, but you want to use the medium to low words because the high words are already bought in by big companies and we can't compete with that. So, so just keep that in mind. What you want to do is pick out 5 to 10 keywords or words that you're going to stick to, and then you just use them a bunch inside your blog, okay? So when you find those words, use them in the header, then go use them in the sub, and then down in your text. You want to simplify it for your clients or the people that are online looking at your blogs. You want pictures and videos, okay? They rule and they give you lots of juice. You also want to do backlinks, and what that means is if you have a property that's close to Silver Dollar City or close to shopping or close to the lake, then put those links inside your blog so that they're going out to that and coming back, so that builds juice too.
Okay, so your blog and then www.silverdollarcity.com, somewhere in there. Okay.
Yeah, a link
A link to
Yeah.
it, and then they would just hit the back button whenever they were there.
You can put it in a separate window. I believe you can put it in a separate, it's in a separate window.
You can set it up whichever.
Yeah.
You can make it come in a separate window.
Where do you go to blog?
I'm gonna get to that too.
Now, is that where you're going to put the link to your property? Okay, so if I have a property on Indian Point, I put my link, and then I put those things like the pizza place and Indian Point and the marina, I put those, and hit those on there.
Yep.
Okay.
And see, that helps you with all the number of words. If you think about all the things you're putting in a blog, don't be overwhelmed by the 300 number, because you end up getting a lot just in links and all the other things that you're adding.
Okay.
So,
How do you know, you're gonna tell us how you know how many words you got?
Do it in Word, it counts.
Yeah, it'll
They
come up on
count
Word.
it, it's at the bottom.
yeah, it counts at the bottom on WordPress. I'm doing WordPress.
The word
and-
police show up.
and I'll go over that in a minute, but, so we got backlinks. Now I'm gonna say 2 things. Please don't copy other people's stuff, and don't copy other people's pictures, because 1, it's illegal, and 2, it's just wrong. So write about something you want to write about and not fake it. And I don't even agree with paying someone to write for you. I think you write your own stuff, and then I will say I pay Faye to come in and do a little bit of stuff I don't want to do anymore because I'm too busy.
It's called editing.
So, yeah, and I get Derek to edit for me. So I didn't say I was good at spell check and punctuation. Those aren't my gifts. But I know people who are good at things that I'm not good at, and I use them for the things that I'm not good at. So
Okay, one thing in there, when you talk about, copying, Google literally penalizes you. If you copy and paste another article, they will not rank you. I don't care how much work you've done to your keywords, because it says That first one was original, and if you copied it, it's a duplicate and you're done. So you get penalized. They're smarter and smarter how they do this.
Real quick, what, do they do that with pictures? Like if I copy a picture off TripAdvisor of Branson and I put it in my listing?
I'm not sure about
Change
pictures,
the
but
file
I
name.
know about the
Choose
words.
the file name.
Change the file.
Yeah,
Or the
so
link.
you gotta change things up.
I have a question, Sharol, before you go on, you were talking about, high words. How do you determine what's considered a high word?
Well, if you go on Google, they've changed the name, what is it now?
It's called AdWords Planner. It's free. It's under
Planner?
Google.
Okay.
And what it is you're not, Google offers that you can buy, if you notice on the right-hand side of any time you bring up a Google window, there's always paid advertisements. That's not what we're doing. We're using that tool to find which words that people are willing to pay a lot of money for an ad.
And then
So
don't
if
use
it
those.
says hi, that means Zillow, Trulia, and you're never gonna beat the big guys, that's what Sharol was saying. But if you string together your words that are very niche
Medium.
oriented, and it'll be a high, a medium, or low. And so what you're looking for is the words that have low, which means people are not paying very much for the ad. It's not that you're gonna buy an ad,
Yeah.
you wanna know,
Just
where
wanna
can I win the
identify.
game?
Gotcha.
That's what you're doing.
The other thing that's really important that's in your blog is a call to action, okay? So call me for more information on this property or any other property that's out on Table Rock Lake. Call me if you have any questions about real estate. Call me if you find a rental property or whatever. And make sure it's big and bold. So, and the other most important thing is that on every blog that you write, at the very bottom, you put author, your name, always the same, okay? Because Google likes that. And they like it when you're an author and that you have original content. So you want to make sure that that's on there.
Do you identify yourself as a realtor because you had a property that you're identifying? Do you have to put Kathy J. Clark, realtor?
Now, I've never done that. I never really thought about it.
It's really based on the Google authorship, and
Okay.
that will be a separate.
I do link to my properties, which
Yeah, so
actually
that would have it
pulls
on
them
there.
back in here. So, then I want to talk to you a little bit about language that you use on how you write your blog, because there's different ways to write, okay? And you may use one in one blog and a different in a different blog. So I'm gonna kind of. Okay, so you can write an informative blog. You can be a consultant. You can give detail, do you want to do a detail, deep dive on a blog or a simple blog? Do you want to use words or numbers? It just depends on what you're going to be writing about. And then last is a Q&A. Do you want to set it up question and then an answer? So you can do a Q&A blog.
What was her first one?
Informative.
Thank you.
Okay. And then I always say search engine optimization of the clients that you're trying to find. Okay. So it kind of comes back to, all right, there's about 5 of these. And the area buyer term, which means, okay, I'm going to give you an example. What is an area buyer term? People who want to live on Table Rock Lake. That's an area buyer term. Branson, Missouri. Okay. A neighborhood term. Okay. People who want to be in the Reed Springs School District. People who want to be in a gated community. People who like to golf. A property type, a condo, lakeview, lakefront, demographics, ranch style home, all one level. I mean, we're talking about a retirement type person. Market of the moment term. And I'm gonna just throw out, foreclosure. That's been a market of the moment term for a while, but there's others, but that's just an idea of what that might look like.